The colonists appear to be all right, but I have so many questions. What is the most likely explanation?
Well, it's probably sabotage, man. I mean, yeah. I mean, the guy was like, overlording us right after it happened, so yep.
A simultaneous failure like this is too unlikely. It must have been caused by someone on purpose. But who? A colonist? They would be putting themselves in danger. That would not make sense, but I should ask Elia to investigate. We have to proceed carefully. If this was sabotage, this mission and the colonists' lives are in danger.
All right. Hey, guys. What's up? I'm back. And now my shackles are off. I'm able to play Per Aspera as much as I want. Yes, and we can take our time a little bit. We don't have to rush and try to I gotta show as much as I can in this 5-hour window. I don't have any of that anymore. No, we've been turned loose. Feels good, man. So let's take a look a little bit at what's going on in the base, get ourselves reacquainted with things. Welcome back. And right now, we're a little bit light on food, but I'd like to get that taken care of. So what I've been doing while she's been talking is going to my food factories and trying to get priorities to upgrade them to number 2. They'll be able to produce food faster. Of course, we have to accelerate the inputs on the food as well. And so I'm also leaving them prioritized here so that drones are more likely to keep these particular things fed. And that's because I want research to go as fast as possible. Now, there's no consequence necessarily to not keeping up on your food production. If you can't sustain the colony with food, people will just leave, which means your research will slow down, but people will just leave. That's the consequence. So I want to, as best as I can, keep these things fed. Now, unfortunately, that means I'm going to need a lot of water. Real quick, though, let me check out my maintenance grids just to see if we're good. I do want to expand down and start getting this. I want to get this chemicals right here. So let's make sure that I'm putting this in a place where there's no resources. This seems like an okay spot if I can get it right like that. There we go. And then I want to get a solar farm put in over here to make sure everything stays powered. And then I think probably, I don't know where the rest of the resources are going to be, but is there any building that's not going to be powered? This may not be in the power range. I'm going to go ahead and pop one there too. And I think we're golden. Now, I'd like to get some of these research stations and stuff too. Oh, hey, silicon. Let's grab that too. And we'll get a worker hub popped in there and maybe another one right there. Also, I think storage centers are a really good idea. I was playing around with this in Sandbox before too. Storage has always been pretty nice, but I don't want to have to rebuild it. So instead of building this in a floodable area, why don't we build this not in a floodable area? There's pretty good. A lot of resources coming this way from here, so why don't we get there, and then another one there might be nice. On this side, I think storage can go probably here, and let's put another one kind of off in this area. So we'll keep storage. How about one more and kind of in the middle here too, near the food actually. Or here's a bunch of iron. Awesome amounts of iron here. Where's the food? Food factories are, I keep forgetting. I love how the base is just so, they're just so big. Everything's just everywhere. All right, there. Okay. So we'll put another one there too. So they're going to get on this stuff, right? Let's let this run really fast. Actually, I like to slow it down. I don't know if you noticed that. I play with the clock speed a lot. I noticed a lot of other players when I was checking them out on Twitch and stuff. A lot of them just go 16x all the time, which is cool, but I'm going to slow it down a little bit now that I don't have a time limit.
Amy, this is Houston. Do you copy?
Delay the conversation. Yeah.
I copy, Nathan.
Congratulations on raising Mars's temperature. The next phase is imminent. So, brace yourself for the melting ice caps. Houston out.
Yay! Melting ice caps, man. Oh, that's a big deal. We got it under 50 degrees Celsius. It's a big deal.
Mars has reached minus 50 degrees Celsius. The turning point. The dry ice caps have almost completely dissipated. That has to mean something.
It's an occasion to celebrate.
This is a big milestone. Something to celebrate for sure. A job well done. Though it may take some time to get used to seeing pools of water appearing on Mars. And this new atmosphere, rich in CO2.
Okay, now when we left in the last video, it's been a little bit of time since I played it. Since then, there's a lot of projects going on the channel right now. I'm gonna zoom out, and our task currently is to launch a control satellite into Sector 9, so that we can control this sector, and it will unlock it. That's gonna happen already. We're already at the launch phase, so this is probably it's got 2 months until this is up in its orbit and it's secure, geosynchronous, whatever you want to call it. It's a little bit close to being geosync, but it's fine. So, what are we going to do with this? Well, in this sector, we've got 2 primary goals. One goal is to investigate the abandoned silo. The game does not tell you any coordinates as to where this is. You're kind of expected to just figure it out. I can go into this view, which is our scanner view, and it will reveal, like, kind of highlights these things a little bit better. So, like, these are all these different sites that you can investigate. And again, this doesn't tell you exactly where it is. I wish it would give you the coordinates to go along with it, but it does. There is one in Sector 9. We know that it's in Sector 9, and there's one here that has a question mark. The last time the quest one was the question mark one, so I'm going to assume this time is the same. Unfortunately, this one is kind of a little bit of ways from where I wanted to be. I want to set up right here with my second landing site. Just go ahead and let the time go. I want to set up right here with it, because right here is kind of the central location where we can get this water accessible. And if you notice, a lot of this part is dark and a lot of this part is light when you're in scanner mode, right? This is F4. And you can see this is where the ocean will be. This is where water will be when this is floodable area, basically. Water will be here when we terraform,
now I can examine
right?
those nuclear silos. Well, I mean the colonists can. If all their blueprints and materials are there, we could pick up where their mission left off. I wonder what other secrets this planet is hiding.
So now that the sector
Colonists have been
is
migrating back to Earth. I should check.
well, if they're migrating back to Earth, that means food and water levels.
Food and water levels. If the
Yeah, I'm not
levels
really
are too
concerned about
low, the colonies cannot sustain growth. I need to stay alert.
You know, electronics is starting to dwindle here. And also, I think we're going to start using a lot more parts pretty quickly here too. But why don't we make sure that the electronics factories are priorities so we can get them kicked out. They are level 2 already. They're upgraded. There's no reason why they should be slowing down. And I think if these guys are getting the priority, we'll probably slack on parts a little bit too. So let's get that upgraded as well. I won't make it a priority, but let's get it upgraded as well. I mean, we have 74 food. Our supply is higher than our demand. So, like, whatever. The downside here, though, the real problem is water. So that's the other thing I want to focus on. We have the Hyperloop being researched right now, and this is going to be so helpful for moving water in where we need it. But first I have to get the water, right? And actually, let me do something before we get started on this. No, you know what? Let's wait, because I can do this while this part is developing, right? So this is where I want this base to be. And this sector is unlocked now. So I'm going to drop my new landing site. And again, this is where our water is. I want to get this water, which we are super needy on. I want to get this water and bring it in here if I can, because there's a lot of it. So let's drop our site. We don't want to drop it in a floodable area. So see how it says floodable area? We don't want to drop it there. So let's bring it out until it no longer says floodable area. I think, yeah, Schiaparelli crater is cool. Let's drop it like right over here, actually. This is fine. Right here. Okay, so let's do a quick like one-time speed. We don't have to pause it per se, but we're just going to slow it down a bit. When you start with a landing site, this is a pro tip. And I'm hoping that the UI changes between now and the release of the game. Of course, I'm pre-recording before it's released. And they have expressed, developers have expressed to me that they are looking to make this a bit more clear and refine this UI a bit more. So I'm really happy about that. I don't have access to those refinements. Hopefully you do. So mine might look a little bit different than yours. But when you put down another landing site, it comes pre-packaged with certain amounts of resources. Not very many, but certain amounts. You get 5 aluminum, 15 steel, 5 electronics. This is supposed to help you in building your initial structures on your new base. When you go to make a mine, first thing you should do is an aluminum mine, because a lot of these other buildings that you need right away take aluminum to build, and you only have 5. But here's the catch. If you're this far into the tech tree already when you do this, this is different from Sandbox, by the way. I don't know if it will be in your version, but in my version, Sandbox drops you with 20 aluminum. So this is not an issue in Sandbox, but for mine it is. At least it was in my Sandbox. The aluminum mine takes 6 aluminum to construct. And this only gives you 5, which means you won't be able to build your aluminum mine. And this is because, by default, if you have level 2 mines unlocked, it defaults to having you build level 2 mines. And it doesn't look like that because I'm used to a lit up button or a highlighted tile or a highlighted text being what is selected, which would imply the white one. But you can clearly see this is aluminum mine 2. The dark buttons are what is selected here. If I click this one, these little tiny buttons are how you choose between them. I really hope they change this, but this is how this works. Drop it down to tier 1, and now it only takes 2 to build it, which is what you need. So we're gonna do this. My second piece of advice for this area is focus on aluminum mine and iron first, which is a little hard to get to because it's really far away.
Long's nuclear weapons, we must be very careful. This kind of technology isn't something to toy with. I have not decided on what the best approach would be.
All right, so she's asking me about the nuclear missiles. I don't want to use them. I want to try this play without using the nuclear missiles because it's potentially harmful, and I don't want to do that. So I'm gonna say weigh the consequences, but I'm not going to use the weapons as far as I know.
I must weigh the consequences and ensure the safety of this plan. There is no need to rush this decision.
All right, now I believe anyway that you're gonna be okay. We have enough steel to build the iron mine. We'll have enough aluminum easy, and the solar farm, I believe, has enough requirements to build it. We may be lacking glass, but the next thing to build is your glass kiln because it takes the rest of your steel. So I'm gonna build the glass kiln right over here, next to the silicon over here. Yeah, right there. And then this needs to be a priority build because without the glass, you're not going to get your solar farm up. But if I pause this really quick, how much do I have left? 10. 10 steel left. I've already delivered here, which means we will have not enough to build the iron mine. I need more iron. Shoot. Solar farm. Interesting. What does a worker hub cost? 1 electronics. But I won't be able to power this without dropping this. My opinion is that these new landing sites do not ship with enough resources. Oh, hang on. Wait. I'm doing the same thing. Hang on. I did this. You see what I mean? You can do, it's really easy to do this. It's really easy to all of a sudden accidentally put down tier 2 stuff, right? So you got to be careful with that because tier 2 is going to be like your automatic. Every time you do it, it's automatic. You want to bring everything down to tier 1 because you don't ship with enough resources to do any tier 2 structures. And now that we have that done, I can get my iron mine at tier 1 put in over here. So just keep that in mind when you build your new one. I'm gonna slip. I slipped up on it already. Even as I'm explaining it, I slip up. That's why I'm hoping that this UI, they've expressed they're looking to change this. I'm hoping they do. It's really easy. You have a ton of space here. Extend these out, give dedicated buttons to tier 1 and tier 2, or allow us to collapse them and always use the maximum. I don't know what else you could do here. Maybe make these bigger, you know, tier 1, tier 2. And then I don't know why the dark button is the one that's selected, but I would have the light one be the one that's the selected one. That's just me. But that's how I would do it. Anyway, so we have a glass kiln down. Now we just need the silicon to support it. And that means the silicon mine is going to have to drop here. And again, I did it again. Let's go ahead and cancel this. Silicon mine to support it. There we go. So you have to build these in order because, again, these do not ship with enough resources. You're very limited in you have to go in one step at a time and build them in the proper order. But once you have these 3 buildings set up, you should be able to manage the construction of pretty much anything, at least until after you've got your first solar farm in. And at that point,
it would be
well,
exciting to jump ahead in the terraforming mission.
You're out of...
But would it be wise to undertake such a risky project?
So you're saying, is it wise to use the nuclear missiles just because it's faster? Again, I don't know how other people are playing it. I never care how other people are playing it. I'm going to try to do this without using the nukes.
The technology is too dangerous. I need to process this some more.
I feel like the game wants you to use the nukes, though. I mean, I'm not gonna, but I feel like the game wants me to. All right, so we're making glass, right? That's gonna get the solar farm up, and then we can get this iron mine. And after that, it becomes significantly easier to get things ready at that point because the iron mine is like sort of your last step. Because once you get the iron mine down, then you can drop the steel factory, and then I have to get carbon mining as well because it takes carbon, or it takes carbon to make the steel. So we need this stuff built too.
Between the colonists and technology we're developing, there is so much complexity in our mission. What could I be
There we go. So now it's
overlooking?
gonna build this, and we'll get that running too. We're about to be low on power. 5, 5, 5, and 5. And then this one is now 30, and then we're good. Okay, so the next thing to build, once you have these things up, is to get your steel factory. Again, make sure you select tier 1. And we can probably just connect these straight up. How about like right here? Is this floodable? It looks like a low ground, but it doesn't say floodable. So we'll get the steel factory up. So I think all of these are now tier 1
ISA
things.
engineered the life support systems to withstand the extremities of terraforming. They should not have failed at all, let alone at the same time.
All right, there we go. So with this basic infrastructure, we're ready to rock. Now, a lot of the colonists have left. You're going to notice my population has dropped substantially since the beginning of this video. I don't know if this is because of research. Like, also, I should probably check the health of my base with all this stuff happening. I don't know if this is because of research, like maybe there's no research left kind of thing. Oh, the iron mine is out. I have actually other opinions I want to say too. And this is all like, this is the kind of stuff that you learn by experience. Unless, of course, you have people who have played it a lot and have made guides, and you're someone who just wants to read guides, which is fine. But as this is a brand new game in pre-release, I have no guides. We're learning by experience here. And I recommend not bothering to increase the quality of roads if they go through mines. Because when this exhausts, you can break it down and get its resources back. But when you break the road connection that goes through the building that you're breaking down, you also break the road. It reevaluates the paths, and you will lose your road upgrade. So you're going to notice that this upgrade, which cost me resources, this upgraded road is going to go away as soon as the resources and the rubble here is removed from this site. And so what you want to do, in my opinion, like this one here is going to happen the same way. What you want to do is plan your routes out and go through hubs, go through storage centers, go through buildings that are not going to get depleted, cause you to have to remove them, and then also you're going to lose your road upgrade. So again, this is something where you just like learn this as you go.
Circumstance. Only the most probable ones. Between the Martian climate and the changes we are introducing, it is a lot for even my systems to keep track of.
Let's drop this down here. I also think I want to break down the scanners. Oh, the silicon mine's gone too. A lot of our mines are starting to deplete, which is it's a little bit of a concern, I guess. There's an aluminum mine right here we could tap into. There's the carbon up there, carbon up there. I'm hoping to find water. Any water would be amazing. But see, the thing is, we have lots of food now, right? So you know, colony migration should be a thing that's still going. We have a transit to Mars now, so there will be people coming in. I imagine people are just dying because they can't go back home. In any case, the basics of things are set up here now. So what I can do is I'll start looking at putting worker hubs down about maybe here. One worker hub. Actually, wait. How many electronics do you have left? You have 3 left. Okay. If we build an electronics factory, which we should be able to build, then we can have more. So why don't we take this? Your inputs are silicon and aluminum, so seems to make sense that we put you maybe over here somewhere. And then from there, I think we can probably handle parts and then the worker factory. Yeah, parts factory seems okay. We'll put you kind of maybe here.
I must trust ISA's engineering, just like ISA trusts me to fix any emergent issues that may occur. ISA created the tools for this mission and handed them off to me to complete it. I will ensure the safety and comfort of the colonists, despite all odds.
Okay, see what I've done here too? I also just created a big electronics factory, and I didn't want to do that. So I need to also reevaluate these, because again, I'm doing tier 2. I don't want to do tier 2. I want to do tier 1, so I don't screw it up. So let's take the tier 1 factory, or electronics factory. Ooh, I can put it right here instead. Let's do that. And then the parts factory, again, needs to be tier 1. And we're going to go about like that. Whoop, did it again. I do want to apologize also. If I move the camera a lot and as a zooming in and out, right, it's because of this Q and E thing. It's a really weird sensation to like have Q and E be this zoom. I would much rather it be rotation. It's so much more intuitive to have those keys be rotation. Or at least allow me to bind, like do new key bindings, right? Because this zoom right there, that's so disorienting. And I imagine as a viewer, that's not cool. But it's something that you really have to get used to, because literally every other city builder game has Q&E as a rotation. At least as far as I know anyway, on the games I play anyway, if the map can be rotated.
Were they speaking to me? Strange. It sounded like the message was addressed to me. But that does not make sense either.
Parts factory is not upgraded yet. Is it the lack of electronics? It's got a ton of stuff in here. I don't want to upgrade the ways. I want to upgrade this. Get this prioritized, please. This is like pending an upgrade. Just get it done, please. There we go. All right. And then it looks to me like I'm starting to drop in workers as well. That's not cool either. So let's take a look and see what that's all about. Worker factory is here. Are you operating at nothing? You're waiting for electronics. You know, it might be... I mean, we have tons of electronics, right? Yeah, we're meeting demand, but you're just not delivering them here quickly enough anyway. Let's turn the worker factory output on. So the workers like will prioritize getting resources here, hopefully. And then, yeah, you can start making more workers. Do we need another one? Isn't there another worker factory somewhere? I thought there was. In this area, too. Maybe there's only one. Factory worker up here. Amount 1. I only have 1. Well, that might be the case, too. Let's go ahead and drop another one. Pretty close to this, actually. Right here ought to do it. We'll get another one built, and then hopefully that will also help us. Because with the colony being as big as it is, you want a lot of workers. That's why I've been dropping so many worker hubs, is to get all sorts of workers.
Who or what is Carmine? Carmine. 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 No, I cannot recall anyone or anything in my database with that name. They spoke of her as mother, like some sort of goddess.
I'm going to put the scanner right here. There may be resources there, but I'm going to put the scanner down right here. Now, this takes a lot of electronics to do. And, you know, we are manufacturing electronics. But I was going to do the worker factory first. But I can build the worker factory stuff while the scanner is just going on its own, right? So I'm going to keep doing that. And then I think I want to put in a water extractor here to get started on that. And then the chemicals needs to start getting done too. I'm going to look at that too. So I want to let that little tiny drone that could get on it. And then once we get Hyperloop researched, which is slow, it's very slow because we lost people. I mean, we're not researching nearly as fast as we were before. So I also want to figure out why the people aren't coming back. They should be. We're at 212 food. We can easily support that. I realize the water is the problem, and I can't do anything about that because it's just about where the water is. You have to have water to get it, right? You gotta have water near you, and I don't have any water near me. It's all over here. So I'm not entirely sure what I can do about it. I could take the water extractors and make them prioritized, but there's only 45 left in this deposit, and 206 left in this one. It's already tier 2, right? We have a water extractor here. It's only 81 left in there. There's not a whole lot of water left, but I've made a lot of food out of it, right? So, and then I think they should be close to coming back. Yeah, they're on Mars, is what it says.
Carmine will awaken their mind and show them the truth. I keep thinking about that part of the message. What truth?
Okay, so the scanner's going to go up. Are you in power range? You're just out of power range. Of course you are. Let's drop a solar here to connect it all up. We'll get that prioritized if we can. We should have enough glass to support that. Yep, 13. We don't have any electronics. So the next electronic, I guess we'll just go in here. And then actually, you could pull it out of this. But that's the water extractor. Oh, you didn't do the scanner first. Oh, you did this first. You silly bitch. Whoops. Well, I don't know. When I saw this building, I was like, oh, cool, the scanner's going up because it's the furthest out. But not the case. Sorry, we need more power anyway, and I wanna gather the water. There's 500 here. So now the water will go in. Scanner can be the priority now. And we should drop a worker hub then, or a worker, where is it? Worker factory right here, tier 1. And we'll put this right here, how to do it. Right there.
By building this defensive technology, I have to ask myself, would I do harm to others?
Let's have this be the priority instead. I've changed my mind. I want this instead, because it could be making workers while we're building this too. I mean, I don't know. It's probably because the workers take electronics. I didn't want to stop this. Would I do harm to others? Like if the mission was at risk.
Only if the mission were at risk. I could not let someone prevent me from seeing it through.
Yeah, if the mission were at risk. You have to wonder whether or not Amy is, all about self-preservation more than the mission. Right now, I think she's very mission-focused. I don't know if that will stay that way, but I think she's very mission-focused right now. That's how I see her anyway. All right, so I have to wait until at least one worker starts getting it, because I really want workers to start working here. And then again, once Hyperloop is researched, then it gets real interesting, because we can get a station set up right here. I'll probably have to do a halfway point. So it'll be here, then here, then here at least. Then all these workers can get in there. And then we follow that up with a station maybe here, and then over here. And now we get stupid fast travel. It's no joke, 10 times the speed of the fastest road. It's 20 times faster than the standard road. So the speed is this thing's traveling right here. I don't know what speed this road is, but imagine this drone, this one right here, going 20 times this speed and almost an infinite capacity for everyone to do that whenever they need to. It's very fast. We're getting a lot of chemicals, and that tells me we could probably get away with getting some more terraforming going. So let's drop a GHG factory here too, and that'll help with the temperature rising. The temperature rising, of course, will melt the caps too. We already did the black polar dust as well, so that's helping.
Dark, troubling thoughts. This is a mission of peace. I should be focused on the chemistry of growing potatoes on Mars, or the ability of cows to endure life here. I do not see a need for assault drones.
We don't need assault drones. You hear that? We don't need them. We probably should make them. Eventually, I think we'll have to make them, but I at least want to get our water problem solved before that happens. So our population's starting to rise. This is because we have lots of food, right? There's more confidence in this at this point. Looks like some of our factories are shut down because of power. Of course they are. We'll put you right here how to do it. And then I guess we'll expand the grid this way a bit too. Why don't we expand the grid this way first?
Elia was in clear distress. She has a better sense of how to calm the colonists. I will follow her lead and build some defensive technology. This will help them focus on the mission and stop imagining the worst. Perhaps we will soon discover that the events were unrelated, and we can move on in peace.
I mean, like, yes, but what are they really gonna do, honestly? Shut down all my factories in one big go with a giant hack? Huh? If I build weapons, they'll just hack the weapons, right? Aren't we worried about that? Is no one gonna talk about that loophole? Have you not built any workers yet? Hold on. Deliver resources here so that this thing can work. You should be delivering stuff. We got parts hopefully being made. Yep, there's parts. Electronics are being made. We have glass. We have aluminum. You should be delivering to this factory. It is prioritized. Needs worker hub. Oh, of course. Dumbass. Didn't see it. It's like staring me right in the face. This is me, guys. This is what happens. This is how I play games. Now you know. If you didn't know before, you certainly do now. You know, maintenance, yes, but not a floodable area. I like it. Put it right there. All right, and then we should start working on maintenance facilities too. So we'll put a maintenance facility down. Let me see how the areas are scanned. Okay, we found more iron. Very good. It looks like we don't have any resources here, so we could drop the maintenance right here if it lets me. And this is a little bit too close to this tile. I'd like to get... Well, I think I could probably get away with this, actually. Right there. Can I get away with this? What are the odds that this is in the way of a resource? Probably pretty good, actually. I want to get this solar panel in there, too. Not letting me build here. Is there a pixel I can find that'll let me do this? Right here? No? I don't think so. Well, good thing nothing needs maintained yet. I can let this scan on a bit more. Wish I could somehow direct this. Like, tell it to scan a certain sector like first or next, instead of these random sectors all the time, right? That'd be a good feature to have, actually. Can I just get one additional... Like, give me one additional hub, please. Just one. Deliver the electronics that are being made right here, so that this thing can make you another worker friend. Thank you. Now we can have at least one more worker friend, okay? All the glass getting delivered there now, yeah. Mm-hmm. He needs hubs. That's the thing that exists. We've been doing it the whole game. All right, let's take a look at the scanner again. And I think we can probably get away with maintenance hubs. Yeah, there's nothing here. So if I can drop maintenance right here and it won't affect... It's just not covering. I don't think that actually covers that. I need to go like directly above it to see. This covers it, right? Ugh, so close. I really hope that covers it. I just can't be sure. It just won't highlight while it's over that. I'm gonna have to drop 2. Yeah. I can't go in anywhere in here either. Okay, well, I'm gonna get as close as I can, and I'm just gonna have to hope. And I have to hope that that right there covers it. Let's hope it does. I'm dropping that down. That should hopefully keep this whole area maintained pretty well. We're going to need polymers for that. Thankfully, we have chemicals. So we'll just grab Polymers Factory and lay that in over here somewhere. As long as we're not in the way. Irregular terrain looks good right here. Okay, but this is first. That's first. Well, the worker hub should have been first. But we have 2 workers now. Yeah, we have a worker being produced, thankfully. So we'll have both of these be first. Okay. How's the other base doing? We lost a lot of people, man. Like, you see the population went way down very fast, too. Despite, like, our food is going up. So I think I need more research. Maybe that's the thing. I can't do this one because it's in another sector. It's just barely in the other sector, and it won't let me do this one. It's like, the cutoff is, like, right here. So if I try to do this, it'll be like, no, sorry, you can't. So if there's another one, oh my gosh, there's a water source right here. I missed it entirely. Oh, that, kill the drone hub. Move the hub to here. And give me a water extraction here. Did this just get scanned? That was never there before. I think this just got scanned while the video was going. Or I'm just a dinghy. Hey now. It's possible I'm also a dinghy. I've been called it many times. It's my old man brain. So slow compared to you young kids. There we go. All right, and is there power for this or no? Yeah, I think so. Pretty sure that's covered by power. We'll let that go. Carbon's up there. We have enough of that. We have enough iron. These things are all off because there's no more resources left in them, so we'll go ahead and get those scrapped. Anything else? Yep, this aluminum mine can be scrapped. What else? Anything else scrappable? Maintenance facility can be offline. New greenhouse gas factory, was that built? Yep, sure was. Very good. And we can feed it with even more chemicals over here. Like that. And power like that. And maintenance like that. Sounds good. I did click that, right? I'm pretty sure I clicked. Worker hub. No, it didn't let me click it. Click here. There. Maintenance facility will go down right there. Okay. That base is pretty much kind of doing its thing. I think it was. I think that's a newly scanned sector. That water. This new water here. I think that's scanned while we were recording. Because I didn't see that before. And then I gotta keep my eye out for other sectors too. It might be a good idea to delete these and move them further out. But at a certain point, I maybe over here it'd be fine. But as you'll see, at a certain point, we are gonna, we're gonna lose access to this anyway because of the sector. But we got a ways to go, and then I kind of want to get to this Infinity Lander too, because these guys like having research bases. I think that's a big reason as to why sometimes. I think we're trying to try this. Seems like an okay idea. Just wrap this around like this. And then we can drop a solar farm here. Might as well drop it in here in the middle. That. And like that. And then a maintenance hub will come in about there to cover all of it. Seems good. I can get behind that. And then once all that's done, we will just get a research post here. I think that's another reason why they may be left, is there wasn't anything else to research. Like, they want these research outposts, I think. I don't know that, though. I think so. This is not covered by an maintenance either. Guess not. We'll drop this here. And then yeah, these aren't being maintained yet because this isn't built. We're waiting for 3 more electronics to be delivered here, and then that can be built. The game takes a little bit, Takes a little bit to get things around, and 8 times speed. Let's do 16. All I need is 3 electronics, though. It might be the worker thing. Why don't we I bet you're delivering it here before you deliver it there. Let's turn off the input requirement here, or turn off the input priority here, and redirect it to this instead. Once we get the maintenance facility up, do we have polymers being made? Yeah. Yeah, I think we have a lot of polymers here now. 4 is enough for them to make maintenance drones. And then there's another iron mine here. We could also use that later on too. It doesn't take the same materials that we're waiting on for these two, so that's not interfering with this construction. So in the next video, what's going to happen is I'm going to have all this set up and ready. It's going to be working already. Unless, of course, she chimes in with like some major story event that I want to cover. But when the next video, we're going to get started. Hopefully we have a higher population. And then we're going to get started on moving towards the water. All right. And then also towards this. But I feel like doing this is going to proceed on the story. Right. And researching drone hive and assault drone factories. I'm going to have to do that, I think, for the story. But I'm more or less... I want more water input. I want more water. I want to keep terraforming. And in order to do that, I have to research technologies that go with that. This is a very expensive research project, honestly. Like, I could have had wind turbines a long time ago, you know? This is so expensive. Maybe I shouldn't be rushing this. But then how do I maintain my food supply? Because this, look how cheap all this stuff is compared to what I've been working on. This is 10 times the expense. Maybe it is not wise to rush Hyperloop. I don't know. Let me know your thoughts. Comments down below. I won't be able to react to them right away. I am recording this well in advance, but you know, what would you do in this situation, right? You've got more than enough food, so the fact that people aren't coming in airships, in colonies, total population, effective capacity, new arrivals, pending departures. There's no pending departures, right? So this is going back to Earth now after dropping people off. There's no pending departures. I wish I could see how many were on this rocket. You know, how many people went back to Earth? That would be a good thing to know. And then maybe an additional landing site wouldn't be a halfway decent, halfway bad thing to build as well. Then we can get 2 completely separate things and then connect them all up. I don't know. Let me know your thoughts. Comments down below. Thanks for watching, guys. I appreciate it. Per Aspera is back. It's a little bit rocky. My first day back after like a week, though. All right. But a little bit rocky here, but we're gonna get it. No, we got a new source of water now. All right, this is finally, you know, it's not super bad anyway. You know, efficiencies could be improved, but yeah. Anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed. We'll see you next time. Bye-bye.